the Kingmaker here. I felt compelled to speak about something that just recently happened to me and how it relates to the overall concept of creating one's desires. So, a lot of times when you start the process, especially, it doesn't really matter if you're new to the law of attraction or Abraham Hicks calls it the art of allowing, or just realizing that you literally do have control over your life and your circumstances, and you start following the processes that you know and understand to be true, or that make sense at least to you about how to do so. A lot of times old momentum catches up with us and then we fall apart. And this is what I mean by that. So I had been really pumped up and motivated and inspired around a new area of creation that I was working on. And then some old shit came, some old momentum came into the equation and had me feeling crappy for a few hours. And what I had to remind myself of was that, and it doesn't matter, it could be money, it could be, something related to love or health or really anything in life that you're actively working towards creating for yourself. I had to remind myself that what I'm experiencing in this moment is a result of my past thoughts, of my past energy, of my past frequencies. But there is such a thing as momentum. If you roll a rock downhill, it's still going downhill, especially if it's a big enough one. So, you have to think about whatever the issue is that you are working yourself through. If it's an issue, like it could be something relationship related. If you felt like you've always for years had bad luck or some type of bad experience in relationships, you've got some momentum surrounding that is going to take some time. We do live in a karmic universe to reset. So just because that boulder that you set in motion 3 months ago, a year ago, 2 years ago, whatever, finally caught up with you, doesn't mean that anything that you're currently in motion doing and the work that, I don't even like to use the word work, the frequencies that you are calling for now, the motion that you're in it does not mean that those are not valid and valuable, because if what you're experiencing right now is a direct manifestation of your past thoughts, then what you're thinking in this moment will be your future. So you have to keep focused, even though the boulder just came out of nowhere and knocked you off your game. You have to keep in mind that was the past. That's not a representation of where you are right now. It's not a representation of what you're thinking. But if you allow yourself to regress and start thinking those same thoughts that got that boulder in existence to begin with, then it will be a regressive. You will go back to doing that. I felt really compelled to explain this because even though I've been doing this for a long time and I know it and I understand it, I still felt for a moment, until I had to straighten my crown and remember who the hell I was and what I was really doing, I allowed my feelings and therefore my frequency and vibration to shift into old patterns, which is not supportive of my new creative manifestation that I'm currently working towards. So I really hope that this is helpful, because a lot of times, people stop before they get to the finish line because things like this happen. And it mattered that I started feeling that way, because manifestation has everything to do with your thoughts, but it also has so much to do with how you feel. So me allowing myself to feel something other than what I wanted to feel was communicating, mixed and not the right signals to the universe in terms of what I wanted it to give me back. So keep in mind, just because some old karmic shit comes back, let yourself be clear that that's what it is. It's old shit that you created before that you are not creating now, and keep yourself in that mode. And if you do that, then you can continue on the path to making sure that you don't have those experiences anymore. I hope that this has been helpful and that you all have very inspired and amazing rest of your days. Bye. The wonderful music on our podcast is brought to us by Jason Light. The song is The Root of Love on the Sacred Journey album, available on all platforms, Apple Music, Spotify. Go check it out.